Every year, wildfires in California burn an area larger than the entire country of Belgium. Did you know that a staggering 90% of these wildfires are caused by humans, either accidentally or intentionally? Now, imagine waking up one day to the sound of alarms blaring, the sky painted a hellish red, and flames just a few miles from your home. This is the terrifying reality for thousands of Californians every single year. California's wildfire crisis is not just about burning trees. It's about destroyed homes, shattered lives, and an environment that may never fully recover. But why is California facing such an intense wildfire crisis? Is it climate change, human negligence, or something else entirely? Stick with us as we uncover the truth behind these raging infernos. California's relationship with wildfires dates back centuries, long before it became the bustling state we know today. Indigenous tribes like the Chumash and Miwok practice controlled burns, a traditional method to reduce dry vegetation and prevent catastrophic fires. However, as European settlers arrived in the 19th century, these practices were abandoned, leading to an unnatural buildup of dry vegetation, perfect fuel for wildfires. Today, climate change has turned California into a wildfire tinderbox. The state is experiencing its hottest and driest years on record. California's fire season is now 2 to 3 months longer than it was just a few decades ago, giving flames more time to ignite and spread. Increasingly intense heat waves and prolonged droughts have dried out vegetation, turning forests into massive piles of kindling. Scientists predict that climate change will only worsen these conditions, making wildfires more frequent and destructive. While nature plays a role, humans are the primary drivers of wildfires in California, responsible for over 90% of all incidents. Utility companies like PG&E have faced lawsuits for starting some of the state's deadliest fires due to poorly maintained power lines. Recreational activities like unattended campfires and discarded cigarettes also spark fires that quickly spiral out of control. Shockingly, arson is another factor, with some individuals intentionally starting fires, often for personal or political reasons. California accounts for nearly 10% of all wildfires in the United States annually. One major reason is its unique geography, which includes sprawling forests, arid deserts, and rugged mountains. These regions are naturally prone to fires due to their vegetation and dry climate. The Mediterranean-like climate is another factor, with long, dry summers and mild, wet winters creating the perfect conditions for wildfires. California also experiences what are known as Santa Ana winds, which intensify wildfires by spreading flames faster than firefighters can manage. The sheer size of the state, spanning over 163,000 square miles, means that when fires ignite, they often go undetected in remote areas until it's too late. In comparison, smaller states like Rhode Island don't face the same challenges due to limited forest cover and less extreme weather. The combination of natural and geographical factors makes California the perfect storm for wildfires. Have you ever wondered how a small spark can turn into a raging inferno, consuming thousands of acres within hours? The key lies in wind patterns, which act as a natural accelerant, pushing flames across vast distances at astonishing speeds. In California, the infamous Santa Ana and Diablo winds are notorious for fanning the flames, turning small fires into uncontrollable disasters. Dry vegetation, often referred to as fuel, plays another crucial role in fire intensity. California's climate creates the perfect conditions for this fuel to thrive, with prolonged droughts leaving plants brittle and highly flammable. Scientists measure the moisture content in vegetation, and when it falls below critical levels, the risk of fire skyrockets. Another fascinating aspect is the role of slope and terrain. Fires travel faster uphill because the heat rises, preheating the vegetation above. When strong winds combine with dry vegetation and steep slopes, they create what scientists call firestorms, unpredictable and nearly unstoppable events. These scientific factors explain why California experiences some of the most intense and fast-moving wildfires in the world. While natural causes like lightning and human negligence are often blamed for wildfires, have you ever wondered if some of these devastating events are deliberate acts of arson? California has seen several cases where investigators found evidence of criminal activity, including deliberately set fires. In one high-profile case, a firefighter was caught starting fires just so they could later put them out, gaining praise for their efforts. Investigators often face challenges distinguishing between accidental fires and those caused by arson due to a lack of clear evidence. But what drives someone to commit such a horrific act? Experts say motives can range from financial gain to mental health issues, or even revenge. In recent years, authorities have even investigated links between some wildfires and organized crime syndicates, who use the chaos to cover illegal activities. There's also a chilling theory suggesting that some wildfires could be acts of eco-terrorism, aimed at drawing attention to climate change or environmental policies. Despite advanced technology and forensic techniques, many wildfire investigations remain unsolved, leaving communities searching for answers. Could the wildfires destroying lives and nature around us be the result of intentional actions? Or is it just nature taking its course? Did you know that not all wildfires are accidents? In fact, some fires are intentionally set but not for destruction. Controlled burns are carefully planned operations designed to reduce excess vegetation, which could fuel even larger, uncontrollable wildfires. But sometimes, even the most carefully executed plans can go wrong, turning these controlled burns into raging wildfires. One such case occurred in 2000, when a controlled burn in New Mexico spiraled out of control, destroying hundreds of homes and devastating the local environment. The risks are high because wind patterns and weather conditions can change suddenly, making even the most well-intentioned fire nearly impossible to control. Despite the risks, experts argue that controlled burns are still a crucial tool for preventing even greater disasters in the long term. Controlled burns also have historical roots. Native American communities have used this technique for centuries to maintain healthy ecosystems and manage land effectively. But the question remains, should we take such risks knowing the potential for catastrophe? Or is it a necessary gamble to protect our environment? When wildfires ignite in California, their impact isn't limited to the burning forests. They reach thousands of miles away in the form of thick, suffocating smoke. Scientists have observed that wildfire smoke can travel across entire states, affecting air quality as far away as New York or even Europe. In 2021, California's wildfires caused air quality alerts in multiple states, leaving millions struggling to breathe. Wildfire smoke contains tiny particles, known as PM 2.5, that can penetrate deep into the lungs and even enter the bloodstream, causing severe health issues. These particles don't just affect people with asthma or respiratory conditions. They can impact healthy individuals, causing headaches, eye irritation, and fatigue. But the effects aren't limited to humans. Wildfire smoke also disrupts ecosystems, affecting animals, crops, and even water quality. To make matters worse, these smoky conditions can create a feedback loop as the particles trap heat in the atmosphere, further contributing to climate change. Imagine sitting hundreds of miles away from a wildfire, yet feeling its impact every time you breathe. It's a silent reminder that no one is truly safe from the consequences of these disasters. One of the most debated topics in wildfire management today is whether we should let fires burn naturally or intervene to control them. Advocates of natural burns argue that fire is a part of nature's cycle, helping to clear dead vegetation and rejuvenate ecosystems. But critics of this approach warn that letting fires burn can quickly spiral out of control, putting lives and property at risk. Fire suppression efforts, on the other hand, are expensive and can have unintended consequences, like allowing dry vegetation to build up over time, creating even larger fires in the future. In California, this debate becomes even more heated as urban expansion pushes communities closer to fire-prone areas, increasing the stakes for intervention. Some experts suggest a middle ground, controlled burns, where small, manageable fires are intentionally set to reduce the risk of massive wildfires. However, even controlled burns come with risks, as unpredictable wind patterns can cause them to spread beyond control. This controversial debate leaves us with a difficult question. Should we embrace fire as a natural force or fight against it at every turn? The answer isn't simple, but one thing is clear. Every decision we make today will shape the future of our forests, communities, and the planet. California's wildfire crisis isn't just a local issue. It's a global wake-up call about the urgent need to address climate change, land management, and human responsibility. We've seen how a combination of natural factors, human activities, and climate change has turned this state into a fire hotspot. The science behind fire intensity and spread, wind patterns, dry vegetation, and rising temperatures reveals that these fires are not random, but predictable disasters. And while some fires may be necessary for nature's cycle, the debate about intervention versus natural burns reminds us of the tough decisions we face in managing these crises. Beyond the immediate destruction of homes and forests, these fires carry far-reaching consequences, like smoke traveling across states and contributing to global air pollution. Ultimately, California's wildfire crisis is a mirror reflecting the challenges humanity faces, balancing progress with preservation. Each wildfire reminds us of the fragility of our environment and the urgent need for collective action, from individuals to governments, to secure a sustainable future. So, what will we choose, action or indifference? Because the fires are not waiting. Despite the devastation caused by California's wildfires, there is hope on the horizon. Advances in technology and innovative solutions are changing the game. One example is the use of drones and satellites that can detect wildfires in their early stages, giving firefighters a critical head start. Scientists are also developing fire-resistant materials for homes, like fireproof walls and roofs, which can withstand extreme heat and prevent total destruction. Communities are becoming more prepared as well, with fire safety education, evacuation drills, and neighborhood action plans. Researchers are even exploring how controlled burns, when carefully managed, can reduce the fuel for larger, catastrophic fires. And with renewable energy solutions, like solar and wind power, we can reduce the greenhouse gases that make wildfires more intense and frequent. Firefighters themselves are also better equipped than ever before, using AI-powered systems and heat-resistant gear to save lives and protect communities. Together, these advancements are proof that while wildfires are a serious challenge, they are not an impossible one. So let's take hope in humanity's resilience and the power of science to overcome even the most daunting challenges. As California's wildfires become more destructive each year, it forces us to confront a critical question. Will we take the necessary steps to safeguard this land for future generations? The science is clear, the solutions are known, and the resources exist. But do we have the collective willpower to act before it's too late? What kind of legacy will we leave behind? One of inaction and devastation, or one of innovation, resilience, and hope? This is not just a story about California. It's a story about the future of our planet. Will we watch it burn, or will we rise to the challenge and make a difference? The answers lie in the choices we make today, and every choice matters. Will we step up or stand by? As we've explored the devastating impact of wildfires on California, it's clear there are multiple factors at play. But what do you think? Is human negligence the main cause? Or does climate change bear the bigger blame? Maybe there's another factor we've overlooked entirely. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. As we wrap up this important discussion on California's wildfire crisis, we'd like to thank you for watching and engaging with this topic. If you found this video insightful or thought-provoking, please take a moment to hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people and spread awareness about this pressing issue. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth videos on environmental challenges and hidden truths. Your support keeps us motivated to bring you well-researched, impactful content. Also, if you think this video could open someone's eyes to the wildfire crisis, please share it with them. It makes a huge difference.